Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do a reading. I haven't been on here in a long time. I think it's been about 6 or 7 months. So I figured I needed to do something. So I'm just going to see what comes up, see if it's going to be a collective read. Just to get myself back into the swing of things more than anything, right? But we will just see what comes up. If you resonated with the title, chances are there is a message here for you somewhere. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Like I said, this is just a whatever kind of comes up reading, whatever needs to be said, whoever needs to resonate with this. I will get back into the routine of doing the weekly tarot scopes probably within the next week. All right, so let's just start by seeing who needs to see this message. Who is this message for? Okay, I feel like this message is for anyone that feels like they've been working on something for a long time, trying to understand something for a long time. You feel like you've been very stuck for like 2 to 4 years. It's like you're questioning your belief systems, you're questioning things that you've learned, you're questioning why nothing you're doing seems to be working for you. It's like you're kind of out of energy. You're needing some kind of new inspiration. You're needing, you're wanting to know how to actually start seeing results of, or start seeing things getting better. We are kind of stepping on the 7th. We have Saturn goes into Pisces, and that will be for like 2 to 3 years, and that energy will have us questioning our own belief systems. It will have us questioning like even who we're learning from, who we're getting information from, who's teaching us. And so I feel like that's kind of what this energy is. I feel like for the collective of you that have probably, you feel like you've been working on bettering yourself or working on trying to better a situation or make improvements, and you just feel like no matter what you're doing, no matter how much you're changing, how much you're learning, you still seem to be stuck in like the same cycle, or I feel like you're just very drained. You just need some sort of inspiration. Like you don't even know which direction you're supposed to be looking towards. And I feel like this is an energy that you have been dealing with for a long time, like 2 to 5 years. Okay, so let's see a little bit more what this message is. I feel like some of you also are questioning your commitments. Um, you're questioning something that you have committed yourself to for in the last 2 to 5 years. You're questioning if this is what you're supposed to be working towards. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's like I feel like for some of you, like you committed yourself to something, or you've been working towards something for a long time and putting a lot of effort into it, but it's not it's not going anywhere. It's not progressing. Or if you really looked back over the last 2 to 5 years, like it's just like you've gotten yourself into a routine. Like there's not even any passion or excitement anymore towards the effort that you're putting into. I feel like um you just need like a reset. Like uh you're not you're not even focused on manifesting something because it's good, because it's exciting, because it feels good. It's almost like it's somebody who's like you've been pursuing this one person forever, um because you feel like this person is like the love of your life, right? And you've been doing it for so long that it's more about it's not even about an attraction or um a desire for that person anymore. It's more of something that you have to win. It's like a competition. It's like I've been working at this for so long, but you don't even know why you're doing it. It's like maybe you need to ask yourself, like, is this person still representing something that I want to chase after, right? Or it could be that, even you've been pursuing like a specific career, and this was initially something that you were very excited about, but it's not it's not giving you anything, but you keep putting all this effort into it waiting for that magical moment where you're going to feel good in it. But I feel like it's no longer in alignment with your path anymore. I feel like you have put so much energy into bettering yourself in an attempt to manifest something specific, but you've raised yourself so much that this isn't even on your level anymore. And if you really sat and reevaluated what you wanted and what your goals are, like, I kind of feel like you wouldn't even want the same thing. Because it's like, regardless, like your focus has shifted from being excited about what you're working towards, feeling a sense of purpose towards what you're working towards, to just being stuck in the same day in struggle to get somewhere, and to the point that you're feeling resentment for the very thing that you're trying to move towards. And so you're creating just it's like you're creating this like Two of Pentacles moment where you just keep circling in and out of the same thing because you don't have the energy, the purpose, the inspiration to continue on the same path. And that's not to say you have to necessarily change what it is you're working towards or change your mind completely, but you do need to, at the very least, find that excitement and that sense of purpose. So let me just get a little bit more. Whew, I love this. Okay. The buffalo represents having like being on a very, like having a very significant purpose, being in a good space, like spiritually, like being in a good place within who you are, like, and you have this insane like protection around you, like angelic protection around you. It also means that, you know, you are being guided down a specific path, like a path that is meant for you. And even though it might appear to be a difficult path, it's like you're protected. It's going to work out for your benefit regardless. The buffalo is also kind of a message to that it's really it's time to start looking at things in a more practical way, like looking at the reality of what's going on. Look at what's going on day to day with your energy, because it's like there's all this beautiful loving, spiritual, third eye chakra, crown chakra, throat chakra energy, but it's not grounded. It's also like you've done all of this internal like work. You've done all this work like healing yourself, or you've just gone through a period of healing, of getting to know yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to tap into your own intuition. But like you've done all of this work on yourself, understanding yourself, getting to know yourself more, but that aspect of you is not being reflected out into your reality. It's like you're still going about the same day-to-day routine, but it's no longer fitting in your truth anymore. It fit into your truth at some point. You were drawn to it initially because it matched you, it matched your energy, but I feel like you have evolved to such an extent that you're not allowing that version of you to step into. It's like you're still accepting the same thing. All right, so we're just going to dive into this a little bit more, and we're going to see how this energy plays out over the next week. It's like, I want to say you keep going back to the same thing that hurt you, or you're doing all this internal work, and then, but then it's like you're stepping into it in the same way. It's like you're doing all this work to have all this confidence, to own your power and own your energy. And you get all this energy built up and you act on that energy, or you put all that energy into what you're doing, but like your confidence is in the idea that you're going to keep failing. Does that make sense? It's like you already, it's like you're doing all this work and you have all this confidence, but you're doing the exact same thing that you've been doing. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like you keep repeating the same cycle. I want to say this for some of you: if you've been like going back and forth with somebody for the past 2 to 5 years, and you continue to try to fight for this relationship, especially if it's a relationship that there's like third party involvement, um you need to ask yourself if this person is even something that you want to pursue, because you're pursuing it with resentment. Like it's like you're pursuing something that you don't want, or you're taking action towards something that you really don't want. Or it's like it's become like a battle of like who hurt who the most. Oh, well, you lied to me last year, you cheated on me last year, so you have to prove to me that I can trust you. And in the meantime, I'm just going to be, it's like just a tit for tat kind of thing at this point. It's like there's no, it's like it's like you're you're in a relationship and you argue and you forgive each other and say we're letting it go, and then you both people are still like stepping through the door angry about the same thing and bitching about the same thing. It's like you're not it's like you're not following through. You're putting in all this work and effort towards something, but you're not letting it all the way go through, right? You're setting boundaries within yourself, but you're not standing firm with those boundaries externally. um you're not following the path of because you have changed so much, first of all, that you need to reevaluate what it is that you're trying to manifest, what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you're working towards, and ask yourself why. Like, what is the purpose of it? Because if the purpose is not something that gives you like a sense of excitement and inspiration, then is this really something that you want to pursue at this point? And if the answer is yes, I want to pursue this path, then you're doing all this work, but you're not following through externally. You're doing all this inner work to be authentic, and you're seeing that in yourself and you're being authentic, but you're not reflecting that authenticity to every single person that you're connecting with. You're still stepping in to the same to a routine that is the old version of you, and that's what needs to shift. I almost feel like to some degree it's you're having a difficult time even trusting in your own intuition right now, because your mind or your energy is like not able to sit still enough, or feel still enough to intuitively see this for what it is. You need to be able to feel it. And it's like there's this huge shift, like this huge burst of energy. It's like you're feeling this sudden rush, or this all of a sudden like a time crunch to get out of this cycle, and you're feeling all this energy, but it's like a burst of energy and you don't know what to do with it, or it's like it needs to be directed in the right way. And it's like in order to get clarity from this situation, you have to get yourself out of the same day-to-day routine, the same thought pattern. It's like, again, it's like you're taking in all this knowledge, you're doing all this work, but you're stepping into the same exact routine. You're stepping into the same external, and so it's like it's not doing you any good. It's just sitting there. I feel like it's important to understand that your guides are working with you, and at the same time, especially in terms of your relationships, if your goal is to manifest a relationship, you need to ask yourself if you and this person are really working together, or if you're holding a perception that it's you against them. And if you're in that perception that it's you versus them, then it's going to continue to be stuck. I also feel for some of you, it's like you're just having trouble fully trusting that you're going to have the support that you need, or the stability that you need to move on a different path, or to take a different direction, or to do things differently. It's like, I feel like you don't think that you're going to be supported if you, or that everything's going to fall apart if you don't continue to do something the same exact way, or you feel like you need some sort of like green light from another person. I feel like overall, like the way to because the Ace of Wands overall is a message that this is the energy, this is the timing to get yourself out of the cycle that you're wanting to get out of, or get yourself to the next level that you're wanting to get to, or seeing the progression that you want to see. This is like the opportune time to get the clarity and the direction that you need, to cut away what needs to be cut away and to focus on where you need to focus. And the reason that it's the timing is because we are in the last week of Saturn Aquarius, and we're stepping into Saturn in Pisces. And so this is time to clear any karmic cycles. This is time to step into new energy. And I feel like it's like you're making these changes regardless of what the end goal is. You're making all these changes, but there's something within the cycle that you're not following through. Like you're still, you know how they say, like when somebody is like trying to quit drinking, like the last thing you want to do is, you know, go to a bar every single day, right? It's kind of like that energy. Like you're making this change, but you're still exposing yourself to something that doesn't represent your own authenticity or the person that you're working to be. And it's really important that you see how that is like working out in your relationships and your connections to other people, and make sure that there's not um, relationships that have just become more competitive or tit for tat, or that you're not pursuing something just for the sake of um, winning, or this is what you've been working towards, you need to finish it. You know what I'm saying? And so take a minute and like really reflect on what it is you want, what your plan is for, you know, for your future, what it is that the stability you want, your goals, what you're trying to accomplish. And then take a minute and look at what seems to be interfering with that, and look at where you feel that there's competition or blockages, and try to see that situation through the eyes of your heart center, and not through logic right now, because part of your perception and logic is still stuck in a mind space or an energy that is no longer yours. It's stuck in a routine. It's like there's something on replay in your brain. And so to really listen to what your mind is telling you right now is going to make you feel conflicted. You need to see it, look at it with a different perspective. Look at what your heart is wanting, and is this in alignment with that? All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you guys have a good week. Bye-bye.